Welcome. Look at how well I match my octopus up there. Um, oh, I can't see the chat. There we go. Um, Let me just let everybody know on Facebook that we are live. Still finding the perfect way to do all this. I tried to set it up ahead of time last week, and if you watched, then you knew that that didn't work because the link is different. And so we shall try this. We'll see. Every week is a new experiment, even though I've been going live on Tuesdays for the last 5 years. So welcome. This is a new time. You did not get this wrong on your calendar. Normally I'm live at 7. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. That was one thing. Okay, it should be on the right thing. I've got project recipe. So I thought this would be better because life is crazy, and but my daytime life is, I'm just crazy all the time here. Anyway, this is my hair for Scrapapalooza. It matches the Creative Memories blue, so it matches my apron, matches my little octopus up here. Love it. It's fun because we have a rocker Lollapalooza theme for Scrapapalooza. So if you're coming, and there's like 36 of you coming so far, we do have spots left. Here's the thing: the full tables are sold out for Saturday. However, if I don't sell out, so I still have some half tables left. If those don't sell out, then you can upgrade. So somebody just registered today, and she said, hey, I was only able to get a half table, but if more tables open up or whatever. I'm just trying to fix my hair. I noticed it was a little off. So yes, I always do that. I'm not if there's extra space. So let's see. Let's go through some announcements because we have some big things. Well, first of all, we have my Stay Scrappy promo for July, and that I'm giving away 2 Creative Memories gift certificates. And let's see. Okay, so the link is working. It's not a great preview, but that's okay. So we will I'm going to do that drawing here. It's going to be it's too hard to get it up on this screen. So what I'm going to do is email myself the list, and then I'll just do it on my phone live, and then we can see who our lucky winners are. We have lots of entries. Remember, I had you could weigh in on why I had to cancel Techie Tuesday a couple weeks ago. We have 206 entries. That is a lot of entries. So how did you get entered? You get entered by spending. You got an entry for every $25 that you spent with me in the month of July, and you also got entries for attending events in the month of July. And how else did you get? If you participated in the post that asked why I was late or had to cancel, you got an entry. How else? There were a variety of ways that you could have gotten entry. There was a post. So August, I will post what the promo is for August. Doing that in lieu of the $10 to watching live, and mainly because I needed to, not everyone can watch live. Everyone's busy. But I want everyone to be able to connect and whenever it's good for them. And so I want to reward everyone for doing that. Let's see. All right. So now that I've got all the names over here, I want to start off by doing that first. I wonder, you know what? Okay. So this could be an issue. I've never had 208 entries in Wheel of Names. I'm assuming that I can do that many, but we shall see. Let's see. Okay. Wow. It's so, all the little slivers are so tiny. It's great. Okay, so we've got 206 in there. I don't know if you can see the 206, but let me go back to the big me so we can see. Okay, I think I'm going to shuffle, and we're going to spin twice, and you don't have to be here to win, obviously. Oh, my volume's off. Okay. Let's see who the first winner is, and if it's not someone I have contact information for. Oh, it's Brooke Billmeyer. Congratulations, Brooke. She scheduled a techie one-on-one with a friend. All right, so, and she's working on a digital book. I will send that to her, and we'll shuffle, and we're going to spin again. Donna Martin. Congratulations, Donna. You are the other winner. So Donna attended the summer road trip crop, and we had a lot of fun. Okay, so that was great. And August we will do something. I'll let you know what that is, and of course I'll let you know on all the lives how to be entered. So Brooke and Donna, two $25 gift certificates. Congratulations to you. And let's see, what else do we have going on? All right, so secret box number 3 is still marked hot, but the last time I checked, which was last night, hopefully it didn't sell out, because yesterday was order day. So sometimes those things that are hanging on by a thread sell out on a launch day. And yesterday, Monday, was a launch day. And if this is your first time here, don't be scared of my hair. Really, at the beginning of this year, we did a fun thing on New Year's where everyone like drew out of a hat and you had to wear a wig. And I don't know, 2025 for me, it's just been about wig wearing. Let me see. I'm trying to see if the secret box is still available. And let me see. Let me search it. Uh-oh, might be sold out. Oh, it's sold out. Okay, so pay no attention to this. However, I have one extra one, so if you're watching this live or not, you can try. You can go to my website. There's 2 options on my website. There's a pay, actually, it will just be a local pickup. The ship version is not available, but if you want to pick it up for me at Scrapapalooza, or swing by my house and pick it up, I have one extra box. So let me go make sure that I'm just going to my website right now and analyze, making sure. Okay, it does say partially out of stock. Okay. All right. So there's one secret box left in my inventory. If you go to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and then go up to shop, you'll see the secret box there. Uh-oh, my website just ding-donged. So it does that when somebody comes to or goes to it. So I don't know. Somebody might be watching and jumped on over there. Okay, so that's it for the secret box. If you are a card kit subscriber, make sure that you check your July kit for a raffle ticket. And even if you've already completed the kit and you didn't watch the live, or if you did watch the live and you forgot, go fast forward until you see the part about the ticket and see if it matches yours. It's worth 10 CM credits if you have the winning ticket. And just like this little sheet was in your card kit, so what you want to do is text me a photo with you holding the ticket, and then I'll send you 10 CM credits. So super easy, just my way to thank the card kit subscribers. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the year. All right, so tool time with Tara. Next week, I think I mentioned last week, that bubble border maker sold out. And actually the project recipe today calls for that. And I hate to just, terrorize you with showing you a punch that you can't get. As far as I know, Creative Memories is not bringing it back. So I might have to swap that out for a different fun punch. All right, so Scrapbook Club is next Thursday. We meet in Port Orange once a month. We do the noteworthy page kits. So simple page kit, you do a 2-page spread. It's fast. We actually meet up for dinner at 5 in town, a group of us, and so we go grab something to eat, and then we head over, do our 2-page spread, and that's it. It's super fast, fun night. You don't have to pack all the things. You just need to pack your trimmer, your adhesive, and your scrapbook go bag, and come on down. So some ladies signed up for the whole year. Other people sign up month to month. So if you just want to come for the month, then you can do that. Just sign up. It's $10. All right, Scrapapalooza. I will be sporting this hair for Scrapapalooza. I'm super excited. And that is next Friday and Saturday. So Scrapbook Club Thursday, because it's always the second Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday is Scrapapalooza. So if you're not registered, still time for you to register. And we're having a potato / salad bar. So baked potato. It's been a while since I've had a baked potato bar. I don't know. It brings me back to my childhood and going to Wendy's. I don't know why. I think my mom and I used to get like baked potato with broccoli cheddar at Wendy's. I don't even know if they still have that. Techie Tuesday, you'll notice these are all at 3 p.m. Techie Tuesday at 3, and registration is open. Now, when I posted, we were like a third of the way, I think. So I haven't checked for in the last week. So I will post the updated at the end of this week. I know people, as soon as I posted that, they went, oh no, I got to get myself registered. And look at this. I am so excited. Now, I know most of you watching this for Project Recipe are paper, but listen up. This is for you. So this doesn't have the price. I'm trying to figure out what to include. I don't know if I'm going to include shirts with this adventure, or if we're going to add a tumbler. Either way, right? Adding a tumbler, a bag, or a shirt to our closets, it's not just me. I know that we all have way too many of those 3 things, but we also never have enough. You know what I mean? So I haven't decided on the pricing yet, but here it is. So for you digital scrapbookers, you got to have a laptop. If you just want to come and sort through pictures, delete stuff, clean stuff up, edit it, whatever you can do, just, on your lap, you're welcome to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on the train in DeLand, Florida, the Amtrak train, and on September 28th at 8:55 a.m. It's the cutest little train station in DeLand. Those of you that went to Lakeland know, or maybe remember, that my husband took the train over on Saturday to Lakeland, and then he stayed over Saturday night and helped me pack up to leave. Because it was the week before our half marathon. I just felt like that was what needed to happen. Anyway, we can ride that train, that 9 a.m. train, all the way to Tampa. So we are going to do that. It arrives in Tampa at 12:30. So we've got 3.5 hours of scrapbooking on our computers, and then we'll take a break and we will get lunch in Tampa on the waterfront, and then we will head back. The train back is at 4:45, and it gets in, I think, at 7:30. So it's going to be a full day, but you're going to have several hours of scrapbooking, fun with your scrappy friends. So those of you that do digital scrapbooking and you have whole separate monitors, you might have to leave that monitor at home. You definitely will. And if you're not used to sitting with a laptop on your lap and navigating the mouse and all that, you'll need to do that. But the nice thing is the train has plugs. It technically has Wi-Fi, though you really can't. It's iffy. But of course you've got your cell. You've got your phone if you needed to use a hotspot. But if you're using a program like Artisan that doesn't need to be online, then you'll have no problems. You'll just want to purchase any kits or anything like that before you get on. So you're excited? Sorry to take up so much time. I've told a couple people that this was coming, but this is like the first announcement. So if you're watching today, then then you are in the know. You can let your friends know. But I am super excited about it because I am bisexual. I do digital, I do paper, I do cards, I do it all. So if you're like me, then this could be for you. Like I said, stay tuned for details. It's not on my website yet. I will get it up on the website just as soon as I figure out how we're going to do. It just, occurred to me, probably not shirts, because then we'll all have to I guess I could ship them to everyone before, and that's an added cost. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna noodle that, and we will, and then I'll let you know when it's on there. But save the date. And then speaking of saving the date, I have retreat to the beach in Volano Beach, October 30th to November 2nd. So it does go over Halloween. Oh, and I see my little trick or treat emoji got covered up. But last year was the first year that it fell on Halloween, and we went trick or treating at each other's hotel room doors, and it was so much fun. So that is going to be Friday of the retreat. So if you don't have littles at home anymore, or you don't have to be home for Halloween, or if you're like, you know what, I'm going to skip it because I'm going to go hang out with my scrappy friends. No one ever comes to my house at Halloween. No one ever has. So it's just not a big thing at our house. So I've had the most fun last Halloween with all of my scrappy friends. So many thanks if you have subscribed to me on YouTube. If you are watching this because YouTube said, hey, Tara's live, then you must be a subscriber and you must have your notifications on, and I thank you very much for that. I would love for you to say in the chat where you're watching from. Maybe you work remotely and you got me on in the background. Just maybe say hey, and so I know that you are here. All right, so that's it. I think it's time for us to get going. Now, the next exciting thing that happened in my day today was, today has been a wild day. An appointment I had at 1 went way over, not a scrappy appointment, different appointment I had. And so I forgot, my husband went to the store the other day and I forgot to tell him that I had pictures waiting there. And there were pictures for this that I ordered days ago. So then I was like, no problem, I'll just go today after my 1 o'clock appointment. Surely that's enough time. But it wasn't. So I had to print my pictures at home. I had to get home to get ready for this and get set up. And I should have set up the studio last night. But anyway, if it's your first time here, I mean, I don't know. I wish somebody else would chime in and say I'm not this much of a mess. But whenever I'm live, I always feel like the Hot Mess Express. And I really wanted to call the digital retreat something along those lines, like Digital Hot Mess Express. But you don't have to be a hot mess to be digital. So it's the Ride the Rails crap. And now we're ready for project recipe. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. This trimmer, I don't know what that's here. We will revisit. We will come back to that. I think I have all the things that I need. All right. So I think I already mentioned that this project recipe, which I had cardstock in. Listen, I'm going to swap out the cardstock. This is not photo safe. I had to print pictures on them, but I didn't want to put the little space holders. Anyway, I forgot that I had cardstock in and I printed my project recipe on cardstock. So this baby's going to hold up. There's a lot of instructions on this one, and I love if you are the proud owner of the bubble border punch, and I hope you are. I am, but again, I just don't want to tease you and show you something that you cannot purchase from Creative Memories right now. Send you on a wild goose chase. But I just love how the insides of these bubbles, they sprinkled along the side. So if you forgot to register, if you go to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and you register for this project recipe, then you can get this PDF. All right, you just put in your name, your email address, and you can get this PDF. Now, like I've mentioned in the past, if you've watched me in the past, I like to sit down and analyze. I pick my pictures based on the project recipe that I'm doing. And so I'm not going to use these colors because I'm actually doing Volano. After all that talk about Volano, but it's Volano 2023, 2022. I don't know. Volano a few years ago. I'm working my way through the list. So I want red and black, and I thought, well, what punch is kind of beachy because it's Retreat to the Beach. I decided to do the whale tail, and I'm going Moby Dick. I'm going to go white with the punch because I looked at, so the punch comes out of this blue, and on here that ends up being a lot of the mats. And so, white with the mats is always a great choice. And so I'm going to do my white cardstock for cardstock number 4. And then, thank goodness, again, reading the directions, if that's not your forte, you might want to do that when you get this one, because I see this white here. So that indicates to me that it's one of the background sheets. And usually you have 2 background sheets. And it says here, use 2 sheets of the same designer paper for the bases. The sheet used for the right base is also designer paper number 1 from the cutting guide. Okay, so you see this one is going to get cut up. So it looks like we're going to fuse those together. All right, so I'm going to use, because I'm such a sucker for wood. Sorry, this paper pack is sold out, but it was like the wonderful, I don't know, I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, It had wood grain and all different, and that kind of reminds me of the beach and ships and whatever. So I'm just taking you through the mess that is my brain right now. Okay, and then I want to use black and red because we always have a pirate theme in Volano. So then I'm looking again at the piece, and we've got, it looks like they're using two sides, say they, the designer, because this piece is the yellow, and we can come over here and see where it says reverse, reverse. So this kind of is multicolor. I call this the Dorito chip page. Creative Memories has used this kind of design before. But this was from like the Food Truck and Fun pack. I liked it for the red. Now, just because it says reverse, you can kind of rebel and not reverse if you want. I also could use the red for this cut and then go black with this. Whenever I do that, I look and see where, if anywhere, those pieces overlap. So if I were to make this black and not use the reverse, they are going to touch here, which is not a big deal. They're just going to touch here, also not a big deal. And then they don't touch over here at all. So really, I could do either way. And I think I'm going to try it with this and see how it looks using the reverse. And if it's too crazy, then I'll just use this on both sides. I think that's how I'm going to play it, which means that the first, on my cutting guide, the first sheet is going to be black. And then, no, that is not true. The first sheet is this according to the directions. Like I said, if you're not a direction reader, you will want to read the directions for this one. Okay, and then this one, and then black, and then white. Okay, now we are ready to cut. All I need is the best trimmer on the planet. And if you are watching now and you haven't checked in, say hey. And I will pause on this trimmer for now. Okay, so let's go over this cutting guide. Now I do want to pay attention to the wood grain because I want it to match the other side. So if I'm looking at where C and D are going to be, they are indeed going up and down. Where's C and D? C and D. So I want to cut this way. So let's go to the 4. We're gonna go to the 4. You can go either way. Just for viewing purposes, I like to just work from in order. So I'm cutting pieces A and B right now. And I'll just have a little piece of, I'll have one 4x4 that I don't use, and then I'm going to cut a 2 1/4. Yep, 2 1/4, and then that leaves a 5 3/4, and I don't even need to check that because it's just what's left. All right, so next up, we decided, and it doesn't matter which direction it is, we need 2 1/2-inch pieces. I'm going to cut them off this side because whenever I'm cutting something small like that, I want the trimmer to support the most paper it can. So I like to go out this way if I'm cutting these small pieces. Whoops. There. All right. And then we are going to go 4 1/2 by 4 1/2, and then 4 1/2 by 7 1/2. I love those kinds of cuts where I'm cutting 4 1/2 and then I'm cutting 4.5 again, and then I have magically the other piece I need. So that is all set. And then now I need another 4.5, and that's going to leave me with a 2. All right, now we're up to our black piece, and that's 1.5 inches, so it's under 2. So I'm going to go this way so that I get the most support for my trimmer. And then I want a 9.5 by 12. Now you could do the math if you want, or you can just flip this out. And with the day I'm having so far, I'm not gonna trust the math. All right, so this is my scrap. I don't know how these got put over here. They're looking like scraps over there. You're not scraps. All right, and then lastly, we have this. So as you punch, then cut, and you've got some wiggle room over here, I suggest you do what it says. Punch, then cut, punch, then cut. And the reason is, you could say, well, I am going to have extra. I just want to go 4 and 4. And you could do that and then punch from what's left. But you could end up with a small piece, which is, if it disappears into the punch, can be a little hard to line up. So I'm going with little Moby Dick whale tails here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna move my microphone here because it's was down on the side of my apron. And all right, if you have not used a border maker punch before, and I checked, the whale tail is still available, and if you don't have it and you've been on a trip to Alaska, or you've been whale watching wherever, or you live by the beach, then I think you want to have this for your collection, just saying. All right, so we're going to trim at 1.5. Leaves a very thin piece. We're going to cut again. So you put it into the front. There are 2 lines. You want to come right up next, snug this way or this way. You can work it either way. This is showing where the cut is. So if you start in the middle, you're going to start here. And if you want to vary your borders on either side, sometimes there's a pattern where you want it to be varied, then that is a fun thing to do. Just kind of start in the middle. You can really start anywhere in between those 2 lines. And then you want to slide and cover the light blue tails. That shows you where the punch is, and that makes sure it's lined up. The other thing you want to make sure is that your paper is snug on the back there. Of the punch. And then we will trim at 1.5 again. And then we will cut what? 2 at 4. So 4 and 4. And that leaves us with this little scrap. And we need to cut a 4x4 and 2 4x6s. So these are our mats. So here's the 2 4x6s. And then we're going to cut 4x6, which is going to give us 2. And then another one at 4x4. Garbage. Or journal box. You know what? That's another nice thing about using white, right? Okay. All of our pieces are cut, and now it is time to assemble. I did remember my I've got some repositionable adhesive. I also have some regular adhesive, which looks like it's ready to run out, of course. I think I have a backup around here, but now it's time to assemble. All righty. All right, so let me remember what the eye is, and that is the red. So I am going to lay everything on here, and then I will stick down. I suggest you do that too. Okay, so we've got that. And if you want to make a note of what color things are, because you're, you know, forget like me from 5 seconds ago. Okay, hold on. I gotta, when I cut this little baby piece, it didn't go through, I didn't press it, and now I have these little wispy schnibbles. Okay, I think I got it. Oh goodness, I guess because I was like, the best trimmer in the world, and it totally is, but this was definitely user error. And usually it makes you look such a rock star. Wow, that is not good. So we'll just tuck that under there. We'll use that one on this side. Okay. And then, oh, here's how cute is this gonna be with the white whales. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling like it doesn't really pop on that wood grain paper. But once, oh wait, I'm missing this. But it's subtle. If they were the black whale tails. This goes over the top. This goes under. Under, over, and there we go. All right, now I can assemble this side. So let's get that going first. Oh wait, I forgot the, oh wait, this was supposed to be the reverse side. Right? Which one was the reverse? Yeah, that was supposed to be the reverse. I think it's going to be too much, honestly, for my, sometimes I just embrace the wildness, and sometimes I just know, maybe it's the day, I don't know, but I think it's going to be too wild. So and by we, I mean me and you watching me, we are just going to stick with using the same side. So we went a little off script there, but that's okay. I'm gonna use, there's one straight side, it's hard to tell which. I'm gonna go the straight side and then cover up my wiggly whales, or my wiggly strip here with my whales. And like something like this is perfect for a repositionable tape. You do not want to do this on top of your paper. You can't see it, but you saw me just wipe away that excess. But I think, oh yeah, whew. For a second I just got super scared. I was like, I forgot to put this on, but I did not. All right, does it matter? Looks like it's in the middle, so we are going to go to the middle. Wow. And then we've got two of these. And yes, they are the same color. No, those go here. The white goes here. This is a fun project recipe. Now I could change up, and I think I am. I could use the reverse on this side, but I'm gonna change the wood grain to go the other way, just for funsies. Okay, so that page is done, and now this page, we are gonna go over here. So okay, adhere A. No, that's funny. Yeah, piece A. Where's piece A? Piece A. Oh, that's 1.5. Okay, wait. I want to go to this side because let me reach down here. When you're welding together, and I think that's what we're going to be doing here, I think our pieces are going to equal more. I hope they're going to equal more than 12 inches so that we can weld them. Oh, here it is. I was like, no, that's not true. I'm missing a white strip. Because blue is, oh, maybe we do. Hold on. Hold, please. Let's go back here. That looks like N. Oh, that's the other. Oh, you know, it's not showing it as punch. So, but yeah, of course, that's my whales. All right. So we've got. This is L. So L is going here. And the reason why I'm building all this on top of my custom cutting system mat is so that I can get, well, that's definitely going under. And okay, so L. And then we've got our whale tails that are buried over here. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. We've got our whale tails. Then we have this little strip. Then we have this big strip. And then it looks like this is where it gets a little dicey that those are the same. So maybe we do like that. And so maybe we use that one little piece. Or maybe we omit that piece and we just do the, let a wood stripe, which maybe I like better. But you see there's a lot of overhang. So adhere piece J next to piece F and piece C along the left side. All right. So we know this goes here. This is going on the left side of L. So we are melding these pieces together to make one 12 by 12. And then we only have this little bit. I could actually, instead of that red, why don't I just leave the black? See, now you can just kind of play. Because I chose not to do the whole reverse thing. There's a piece that goes here. That's this piece right here. Matches this piece over here. But I'm gonna go with the black. And now I'm going to, it's 12 by 12. Let me kick this over just a little bit, make sure that that's perfect. That's what I'm using, this custom cutting system mat. And when you're melding, that is a good thing to do, so that you know your piece is square. And so I'm going to do like that. And I'm also going to flip this over. So if you do the most inside piece and you do this, then you know you're gonna get the adhesive in the right spot. So let's line that up again. I've got that piece there. Now I'm going under here and I'm going to line that up with the edge over here. Okay. And we decided we are going to butt this up. Isn't that what we decided? And then we're going to leave a piece of black. I like the way that looks. I wouldn't say I'm a minimalist scrapbooker, but I do like clean lines. And so sometimes things get a little printy for me. Shall call this our Moby Dick page. Retreat to the beach. Okay. And now we gotta add our mats. So what do we got here? Oh, I was like, these do not match up. This goes here, and this goes here, and this goes here, and this goes here. Now this is a little bit off because this is a little pushed over. So this is a little wider on this side, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go with that. And we shall do that. And oh, my doggy is whining. Lily, it's just approaching 4. It's not even close to 5 yet. She likes to eat at 5 on the dot. Okay, so there we have it. We've got our whale tails. This is looking very piratey. I love it. I can't wait to get piratey in Volano again. Another fun thing we do in Volano is pearl diving. I would love to get everybody in the pool and actually dive for their pearls, but we have not gone that far yet. People will be like, you crazy girl. I know, I am a little bit. All right, so if you missed the beginning, my prints are actually printed, but I, due to a series of events, was unable to pick them up before returning home for my live. I've basically been gone since 6:15 this morning. So these are just placeholders. I just didn't want to put the old 4x6 placeholders. I will post a picture with the link on Facebook with the completed. Now, yes, this is true. At Walmart is a 4x6 with 2 like 3x4s on them, because when I planned out, I'm gonna have to go back and trim all these again, I just realized, because usually our project recipes do not call for 4x6 because the mats are 4x6, so the pictures are slightly smaller. But the reason I did that was to put them into that vertical spot. And this is the wonderful thing about this trimmer by Creative Memories, and that is that you can trim 8.5 by 11 paper. So if you're a card maker, or if you're a silly goose like me and you can't pick up your pictures, so I do not recommend inkjet printing on not photo paper for long term, for the longevity of your photos. But like I said, this is just a space holder, and right now is sort of an opportunity for me to just chat because I have to sit here and trim. Look at all these little journal things I have now. I think this picture, that's the weekend we first met Krista, and she was in Helen with us last couple weeks ago. Okay, now let's look at my guide again. Where'd it go? And see, okay, so 3.5 by 5.5. If you've watched me before, you know that normally I do not go for that. I just cut off a 1/4 inch instead of a half because I prefer a thin mat. So let's see how I was going to lay this out. I also planned, and I usually do, and you can too, on some blank areas on the page. When I look at the project recipe, I look ahead and I say, okay, well, this is nice, but I can do a round circle over here, and I can get another couple pictures on here. So I did print a couple extra pictures so that I had the opportunity to do that. So here's our group picture on the beach. So I'm going to kind of group our beach pictures, and now I got to remember how, I guess I was going to do beach over here because I was going to do these small pictures there, and then I was going to do a square, and then I was going to do a circle. All right, so that's what we'll do over there. And then in here, I'm going to do a square and a square. And then this was, we opened secret box. I think I'll just do an oval. Can I even cut a 1/4 inch off that? Or maybe this one won't make it, but I love it. Everybody drinking their memory eraser, which is just orange juice. But all right, so this is a 4x4, so 3.5, but I'm not going to go 3.5, like I said. And these are the types of decisions. The more you do the project recipes, the more you learn about yourself. I mean, you probably already know as a scrapbooker if you like a thin mat or a thick mat. And so as I'm trimming these, I can't believe it, I get to do it all again with the real picture. So I don't want to cut off any of Ruth here. And this picture is makes me happy and sad all at the same time, because Ruth is no longer with us, and she loved Volano. We almost lost Lucille's head there. Alright, and same thing, 3.5, 3 3/4. Happy to get rid of most of me on that one. Don't want to lose a lot of the beach. Want to keep that in the background. Now, how much can I save of this? Again, this says 5.5. I'm gonna go 5 3/4, and by 4 3/4. All right, that side's done. And that one I'm going to circle. This one, just got to take off a little bit off of each side. And ladies, we look good. All I can say is that so many of us look very different than we did at Volano in whatever year this was. I'm thinking, I'm not sure. It might be 2022. I think it's 2022. Now this one, I'm just going to cut a little bit off of each one on the bottom. And see a little bit more. Little bit. So we do the pirate thing, and then of course we go down and take pictures of the beach. Alright, so I think I can stick these down. I'm not going to go crazy with adhesive because I literally, I'm going to go tonight when I have to go out, and I will pick up pictures. But what do you think of this project recipe? I mean, outside of, we need to add journaling and some, I almost went all over with that one. I do have my custom cutting system right here, so I can go ahead and cut this one. Oh, did I forget that? No, it just didn't stick there. All right, so let me grab the trusty custom cutting system. I mean, is there, I mean, in the history of scrapbook tools, is there one with more longevity? I'm trying to think about, since I've been doing this, since I've been an advisor, and that's 25 years this July. The only thing that has changed, okay, the mat has changed, and for the better. Remember back when it was 10 by 12, because our paper was 10 by 12. Then we had 12 by 12, but now it's 12 by 12, but it has half-inch overhang all the way around, which is amazing. I think I'm going to go down here, and sometimes what I like to do is just do a little boop on the bottom so that it sits on the bottom or the side of the page. Alright, so that side is done now, but these haven't changed. I mean, these are the same ones I've had for 25 years. The blades have gotten an upgrade, but the basic essence of the tool has not changed. And I know some of you, no matter how much you've tried to get along with it, you can't. You have a hard time. It's okay. But it's not going anywhere. I mean, most recently, Creative Memories tried to come up with something different, and it just wasn't this, it didn't do it. It was just circles for one. Couldn't do ovals or hearts and different things. All right. So let's see if I can get this on here. I mean, I definitely can, but I think I want to go maybe under there. And I don't know where the recipe is. I feel like this should move over. I don't know why. I just like it better. I maybe will cut that off. This one's going to go under. We got all that room. I love it. Okay. So, again, we got to get our real pictures on later today. And then we got to get some journal boxes, but we've got some scraps. I'm a fan of using the scraps for the journal boxes. There we go. And there she blows with, we have so much fun. It really is a joy to look back at these retreat pictures. All right, well, let's hop back. Now, for those of you that didn't see the beginning, this is going to be a shock to you. I apologize. This is part of my outfit for next Saturday for Scrapapalooza. We got a rock theme, we got a music theme. So if you're coming to Scrapapalooza, don't forget, wear your favorite concert shirt, your favorite solo artist or whatever. And if you don't have one, that's fine too. Just come, we're gonna have a great time. And if you haven't signed up, there's still room for you. There might be half tables, but again, if you just send me a note, if you sign up for a half table, but you really wanted a full, let me know. And if there's room, then I will upgrade you next week. And I will be teaching the waterfall. Well, so some people call it the Cascade page. Some people call it the waterfall. I taught it at the summer road trip crop. There's a new way I'm teaching it. Demoed it in the mountains in Helen. It's going to be much easier. Having made a couple now, you will get a little sheet with directions so that you can have that. But I think it's going to be great. So I think that's it, and I think I started a couple minutes late. I might have gone a couple minutes over, and I appreciate all